Hi everyone. This is part of my series on doing masters abroad, study for free in Europe. Today we're going to talk about Erasmus Mundus joint master's degree. My name is Puri Srinivasan and I'm currently a student at Cybermax. This is also an Erasmus Mundus joint master's degree in applied cybersecurity. Right. So before we go further, let me talk about the potential audience for this video. It is anyone who is considering doing masters abroad and if they are wondering about how to finance it. If you know someone who fits this category, please share this video with them so that I want this video to reach as many people as possible because there shouldn't be someone who thinks that they can't afford it without knowing all these options available. Next, why Europe? Now, for me, studying in other countries like the US or the UK was not an option because of the high cost of education. But in Europe, there are a lot of scholarships available at different levels, especially for master's programs. Like it can be at the university level or at some private organization offering scholarship, also at the government level and also at EU level. Now, here we can see an outline of a lot of the European countries. There are also countries like Ukraine here, but I want to show the Schengen countries here, and the Schengen region is a region of many European countries where people can move from one country to another without restrictions on the border if they have a visa or residence permit for any of these countries. For example, Switzerland here, it's not part of the EU, but it's still a Schengen region. So that's how people can travel there without restriction. This shows this is about the mobility in Europe. Like if you are staying in one place, you can find work in other places as well. And the EU also supports a lot of projects for inviting people, talented people from across the globe. Also, there is a lot of international cultural integration projects because let me give an example of India. We have a lot of languages, a lot of cultures and religions, also separated by geography. For example, people who have different scripts living across different states, and we still are a one country because of there are people who migrate from one place to another and for job or education. Similarly, in the Europe, in Europe, there are countries with different languages, different cultures, and they also encourage people to migrate to other countries and to invite talent to develop a sense of diversity and open mind for foreign cultures. The main argument I hear against Europe is the language barrier, which is true. If you don't know the regional language, it's really difficult to find jobs. And the thing is, the thing is, if you are willing to learn the language and if you are willing to stay in less popular cities, then there are a lot of opportunities in Europe, especially in the IT sector. And in today's globalized world, you are bound to work with some international team at some point. Knowing their culture, their language, even a little bit is going to give you an edge over other competitors. Coming to the main part, which is Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters. Now, these are prestigious programs which have been running since 2004. It's been over 20 years. And they're part of the Erasmus Plus project. The duration of these master's programs are usually 1 to 2 years, and they are a joint program, which means there are at least three universities, each one from a different country, which is delivering such a program together. And as students, we have mobility tracks. For example, we have to spend at least one semester in each country, uh, and which means that you will be enrolled in two different countries as part of this program, and you will study in two different countries. The language of instruction is English because it's one of the internationally spoken languages. And even the top universities in Europe are part of such programs. So it's not just some low ranked university. And the point about these programs is that they are not generic. You can't find a program that's masters in computer science, but you can find specialized ones like ones in AI or cybersecurity or even others I will show later. And these programs have not just academics, they also have like research is part of it. Usually there's a thesis that you have to do during your last semester and defend it. There's also internship programs or summer and winter schools and other industry programs. And these are internationally recognized. Now, when you complete this degree, an EMJM, you will either get a single joint degree or multiple degrees from each university, which means you will have you will be a graduate from multiple universities. That's like double master. Now, the main part is the EMJM scholarship. It so for EMJM programs, there is no application fee. You can apply from their website directly, and they have different levels of scholarships. Like first one is the partial or full fee waiver. Now, in case of fee waiver, you don't have to pay the tuition fees, and if it's partial, then some amount is discounted. But in case of full fee waiver, you don't have to pay any fees. So that's basically free education. And there's also the EMJM Full Scholarship, which is offered to selected students, which is a monthly stipend for the entire duration of the program. And right now, it is the amount is 1,400 euros. And so this will also cover the living expense for those students, and that means free education and free living expense. So these are the kind of programs that are offered in Europe. And there's also insurance coverage. For example, you will be studying, students will be studying in multiple countries, so they need an international insurance coverage. There are other benefits and exemptions in Europe as part of this program because it's EU funded. For example, if you apply for a student visa for any of the Schengen countries, the application is free because you will be enrolled in an EU funded program. Again, emphasizing on this. If you are doing masters abroad, then the first concern is the tuition fee. Then there's living expense and also traveling fee. But if you're getting the fee waiver, then to some extent or entirely, you won't need to pay any tuition fees. Secondly, if you also get the stipend, then the living expenses are also covered. Furthermore, as students of multiple countries, because you will be enrolled in multiple countries, you get the benefits of each country. You get the concessions and subsidized things from each country. So, who can apply for these programs? Anyone from around the globe can apply as long as they have a valid bachelor level degree before the program starts. So, even if you're in the final year and you are about to complete your program, that's fine as long as you will have a provisional degree certificate or some proof that you will graduate before it starts. In some countries, there are some restrictions like they need to validate whether your foreign bachelor degree is recognized as an equivalent to theirs. For example, in Germany, there's an Abin database where you can check whether your bachelor degree is equivalent to their bachelor's. Similarly, Turkey also has. We also needed to check whether our degree is recognized. Then this is the basic requirement. Then there's English proficiency. You need at least B2 level or depends on the program. You need that level of proficiency because it's taught in English. And there are some other program specific criteria. For example, some programs they ask that you must be in the top 10% of the graduates of that year. Like if there are 2,000 students graduating in 2022, let's say, then you must be in the top 200, for example. And also other criteria like your university should be a well reputed university. The last one is the limit per country. Now these programs, as I mentioned, even for Europe, they emphasize on diversity, so they have restrictions on how many students can come from the same country. Like the full scholarships, it cannot be awarded to more than 10% of that batch. If there are 20 students, then up to two students from the same country can receive the full scholarship. So you won't find a lot of people, you won't find there to be a majority of people from the same country. Now, where to find these programs? This is the EMJM catalog I'll show shortly. This is the official listing where you can find all the programs which are active right now and active whenever you check. And the about when to apply, the application portal for these programs usually opens somewhere around September, October, or even in January for the next coming fall or winter semester. So it's like 6 to 12 months before it starts. And they sometimes some programs divide the application period. Initially, they accept applications for the full scholarship, then for let's say full fee waiver, and then self-financed. Self-financed are the ones who have to pay the fees as well and manage their own living expense. So it depends on the program. You once you check the program website, you'll know. Let's go. Let's check the EMJM catalog. Okay, where's the catalog? Right. So this is the website about the EMJM program for students. I would recommend you to go through this website once, but I'll take you directly to the catalog. Okay. So as you can see, there are 214 items in this catalog, but we will, let's say, select based on the duration. I am looking for 2 year programs. So this is 1 year and a half and 2 years. And field of study, say, uh, mm, information technology and engineering or IT. Search. All right. So there were 64 results for this search. And see, here there is a program which is purely for mechatronics. And then also imaging and sustainability. I would recommend you to just go through all of them once to see if you find anything relevant to you. Like there's one about image processing and computer vision. There's also one about quantum technology as well. Quantum. So yeah, I recommend you to check out these programs. Right. Because- Yeah, there's this one. There's quantum technologies and engineering. So just go to the website and you can see how it works, how the what is the schedule, like which countries they need to go to. Yeah, so here it shows that the semester one is in UBE. This is one of the universities. There are three participating universities. This one is in France, this one is in Germany, and this is in Denmark. And this one goes like first semester is common for everyone at UBE, and then second semester also at UBE. Oh no, so from the second semester it is splitting. There are two options for the second semester and two options for the third semester. That so this depends on the program how they split the mobility. Okay. Yeah, going back to the presentation. Sure. Yeah, so my program is Cybermax. I am in the second intake, which means before I'm the second batch to be enrolled in this program. I'm in the second batch, and it's a 2 year program. My mobility is Kadir Has and UKM Finki, first year in Turkey and second year in North Macedonia. The program itself is applied cybersecurity, and I'm planning to do web and cybersecurity specialization in North Macedonia. There are research and application components like we have to do a mandatory internship during the summer break after I'm completing my first year now, and then I have to do a summer internship. In my class, there are people from 25 nationalities. So such experiences are really enriching because it opens up your mind to other cultures, other people, and how they think, and you become more understanding for sure. Lastly, there are also industry partners. Like we also had a course taught entirely by an industry expert, and we have a lot of sessions and winter and summer school as well. Now, if I talk about my experience for Cybermax, that's a separate video in itself, so I will skip that part. But I'm going to share a link in the description, which is a Medium blog by one of my classmates about applying for Cybermax and also about the first week. Again, another video I will share in the link description about applying for EMJM programs, which is in Urdu. The videos in Urdu. That's all. Thank you. Now you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, link in the description again. And if you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section. Feedback is welcome. Thank you.